In this video you will be shown how to use the in-game features like adding goals, assist, cards and more. And we will show you the post-game features such as editing match events, rating players, selecting player of the match and more. We will be starting this video with the team set up, ready to start the stop clock. If you are not sure how to get to this stage, please go back and watch our demo showing you how to schedule a match and set up your team. Firstly, we will put the players into their correct positions. To move a player's position, tap the player you want to move and tap the position you want to move them into. To swap a player's position with another player, tap the player you want to move and then tap the player who you want them to swap with. Once you are happy with your starting positions and players, start the match clock. To add a match event, double tap the player who was involved in the event. Tap which event occurred. When adding a goal, you can also add the player which assisted the goal or select skip if no player assisted. The score line will then update with the goal you just added. If a player has scored a penalty, again, you will be asked who assisted the goal, which could be the player that won the penalty, or you can skip the assist. The match events will also show in the events bar. When adding an own goal, the opponent's score auto-updates too. If a player is put in the sin bin, you will be asked how many minutes the sin bin will last. You can pick a preset amount of time or add a custom time. The player is then moved off of the field and the player timer will count how long is left on the sin bin. Once the sin bin timer is up and the referee lets the player back onto the pitch, you can tap return, which puts the player back in their position. Add a yellow card to a player by tapping them and selecting the yellow card option. Now the yellow card will show under the player's icon. If a player receives a second yellow, they will automatically be sent off, just as if they received a straight red card. If a match event was added by mistake, or if a decision was changed, you can remove the match event by tapping the X on the event you want to remove in the events bar. You can also add in-game notes to jot down points about how the game is going or feedback you need to give at halftime or full-time. You can add timers by tapping the timer icon. You have two options of timers. You can add your own timer which counts down from the amount of time you added. Just add the name of the timer and how long you want to count down from. Or you can choose a timer that lines up with the match clock so the timer will go off on the select minute of the game. Again, just add the timer name and what minute of the game you want the timer to go off. If you are using Android, your timer will sound and vibrate to alert you as well as a banner letting you know the timer has ended. Unfortunately, Apple devices are currently limited to just the banner when the timer ends. To bring a player from the bench into the game, select the player you want to bring on, and then select the player who you want to come off. You'll notice the player you just brought on has 0 minutes next to their icon, and the player you just brought off has the number of minutes they played before being brought off. This will help you see which players may need more game time compared to some of the other players who have played more minutes. If the opponent scores a goal, you simply tap the +OPP button which will update the score. Again, if the goal was disallowed or it was added in error, the opponent's goal can be removed by tapping the X for the event in the events bar. Once the referee has blown up for full time, you can stop the game by tapping the FT button which will stop the game and take you to the match summary page. If you forget to select full time and the match clock continues to run when the match has ended, you can tap the revert button which will put everyone's minutes back to what they were at the full time minute. If you need to adjust any of the match events, you can tap edit events. You may need to edit events because you added the wrong goal scorer or assister, or even if you forgot to add a player's yellow card, for example. You have the option to add a match report describing things like how enjoyable the game was, how your team played, special mentions to certain players, or even the way the opposition played so you can look at the notes for the return fixture and be ready for them next time. The minutes for each player will be shown based on the live match just played. However, if you forgot to bring a player from the bench onto the field, the minutes can be adjusted here. If a player has no minutes, a pop-up box will appear asking if the player genuinely had no minutes. You have the option to confirm this, fix the minutes if it's incorrect, or remove them from the match day squad because they didn't turn up to the game, for example. Next, you have the option to rate the player's performance out of 10. There will be little icons next to the player's name to remind you of events relating to that player in the game. Or you can choose to skip this section. If you do want to rate your player's performance, make sure the player ratings toggle is switched on in settings. Here you have the option to pick your player or players of the match. The player with the highest performance rating will automatically be highlighted, but you can choose a different player or have more than one player as player of the match. If the game was a cup game and it ended as a draw, you will need to say if the game went to a penalty shootout or not. If it did, you can add the penalty shootout scoreline. Lastly, if you added a referee to the scheduled game, you have the option to rate the referee and make notes on their performance. Or you can skip rating the referee if you wish. Once the game has been saved, you will be automatically taken to the previous matches page. We hope you found this video useful. For more Coach Buddy demos, please check out our website or YouTube channel.